Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today. And this is our regular event with Education USA and America House, where we're talking about your opportunities to study in the United States. And when choosing a university is one of the biggest decisions and investment students and their families will make, you need to think about your graduate and undergraduate degree. And this degree is a great investment for your future. So today we're going to talk about double majors, minors, and dual degrees with our guest, Natalie Chang, the Director of International Education in Ohio Dominican University. And she will tell us more details about the education system in the United States, about the university. If you have any questions or comments, just put them in our chat in Education USA YouTube or America House Odessa and Kiev Facebook page. So Natalie, thank you for joining us today, and the floor is yours.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. Grateful for everyone that's joining us today on the many different platforms. This is an amazing time to connect. As you said, my name is Natalie Chang. I'm Director of International Education at Ohio Dominican University, located in Columbus, Ohio. I might be joined today by one of our students from Ukraine. She has a very busy schedule, so we'll have to wait and see. But I'm excited to talk to you all today about double majors, minors, and dual degree opportunities in the US. So if we could get my slides up. Are they visible now? There we go. We're going to go through a couple of different ways that you can really tailor your degree in the United States to make it unique from others, but also to make it reflect what you're passionate about, what you're excited to pursue as a career in the future. There's a lot of flexibility in US degrees, and we'll explain how you do that. So as you said, I am from Ohio Dominican University. I'll share a bit about my university program and toward the end. But most importantly, I want to make sure we save some time for questions and answers. So you guys can share your questions with us. And we can hopefully shed some light on all these different sorts of opportunities we discussed today. I'm really grateful to USA for introducing this opportunity to me. And I'm really excited to say that my student, Anastasia, has joined. So if we could actually have Anastasia turn on her video, she can share a little bit about her experience. Hi, Anastasia.
Hi, everyone. It's nice to meet you. I am sorry, guys. I'm gonna speak in English. It's gonna feel weird, but yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Anastasia, and I'm studying at Ohio Dominican University. This is my fourth year, which is the senior and the final year. I'm not sure how well you can hear me because the internet in my room is sometimes suspicious. Yes, I was really happy to join the Q&A, and hopefully a lot of you will come to the university because it's a really great place to study and further your career, your education, and overall grow as a person. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm here and I'm available if you have questions, and you can contact me even outside of the workshop, and I'll be happy to help you go through the educational process.
Oh, that's really wonderful. Would you mind telling us about what you study? What ways you're involved on campus?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I should have said that before. I am a computer science major. I also minor in mathematics. I am a resident assistant, which is like a babysitter for residents on campus who live in the dorms. I run cross-country competitively, and I am also a participant of the honors program, meaning I'm working on the honors project that is about a year and a half long, and it's individual directed study. And today, apparently, I actually became a part of a President Society. So, yeah, very involved. Yes.
Congratulations. I didn't know about that yet. Oh my gosh. For everyone listening, the President Society is a prestigious opportunity on our campus for students to represent the university, and I'm really excited to hear that.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I know you're on a time crunch today, so whenever you need to leave, go on ahead. But if we have questions throughout while you're still here, we can hopefully talk about those. Sound good?
I have 15 minutes. I'm gonna leave at 10:20, and yeah, let me know if I can be of any help. And also, I just wanted to emphasize the fact that Natalie is obviously a main resource, but if some Ukrainian students had questions and just about your personal experience and difference in educational systems and stuff like that, and just to speak to a person from your country, I feel like it would be helpful for me back then. Yeah, I just wanted to make you aware that I'm available.
Thank you so much. That's really wonderful, Anastasia. So I'll get into the presentation. Again, I want to say a big thank you to EducationUSA for putting this together. We're really excited to connect with you. But let me move on. And it looks like, yeah, I think that's a great question we can talk about at the end when we do our Q&A.
Yeah, so let's
go
we can continue.
All right, so today we're talking majors and minors, accelerated programs, a lot of the different ways that you can tailor your degree to make it unique. Anastasia mentioned that she is majoring in computer science, but she's minoring in mathematics. So we'll explain kind of what that means to be in a major and in a minor, and how that's really beneficial to you as you move on to the job market or graduate school after your bachelor's degree. So talk about all of these options, double majors, minors, dual degrees. We really emphasize the benefits of doing these sorts of pathways that are unique to you, your situation. First of all, with a double major or even a dual degree, you're going to save time in the sense that you might be moving into a master's program early, you might be completing 2 bachelor's degrees simultaneously. Saving time means saving money. It means fewer years or fewer semesters where you're in school paying tuition. And of course, if you're doing that double degree, that's going to be a huge benefit to you. Sometimes dual degrees mean early admission. It means that as an undergraduate student, you can actually gain early admission to a graduate program. Most importantly, well, the last 2 points I'd say are most important. First of all, you're going to stand out when you have an additional skill set than just the major that you were there to study. You're going to gain additional skills, you're going to gain additional connections. But most of all, you're going to have the opportunity to pursue things you're passionate about. Whether you just really care about 2 separate fields and you want to bring them together, or maybe you're doing the major that mom and dad really want you to be doing, but that minor or that double major is something that you're really passionate about, and we hope you find a way to build that into your career. I think it's important we start with a couple of definitions because it is different in every country, the way we study, what we call it. When we talk about majors, we're talking about the main academics that you're pursuing for your full degree. For example, a BA, a Bachelor of Arts in History, or a BS, Bachelor of Science. This is going to be, what most people explain first when they're talking about their college experience. Minors, on the other hand, are fairly unique to the United States education system, but they're basically an opportunity for someone to gain a really good foundation and level of expertise in an additional subject area without doing all of the requirements for the major in that area. For example, doing your bachelor's degree in computer science, but a minor in mathematics is going to provide that additional math foundation, additional skills that are really valuable in the workplace. So when we talk a double major, that's a little bit different. You will be completing all of the requirements for a given major, as well as your second major. So you might be doing a double major, for example, in biology and chemistry, where you'll complete all of those requirements. Now, if they're in the same field of study, there's probably going to be some overlap in the courses and so it won't be a huge burden in terms of additional requirements, but it is substantial. Sometimes it may also mean that you do earn 2 degrees. If you do one subject area that is a Bachelor of Arts, another subject area that is a Bachelor of Science, you may be coming out with 2 separate bachelor degrees. And a lot of students, when we talk about double majors, they immediately think they're going to be doing 2 full degree programs, spending extra time in school, extra years paying tuition, all of that. But you can actually do this in a matter of 4 years. So in the United States, students are required to complete general education courses during their degree program. They also have what's elective courses. It's space in your schedule to take classes in any subject area. Because that's the way we structure our degrees and we run them over 4 years instead of 3, that provides a lot of flexibility for students to not only select which classes they focus on in their major, but also provides them the opportunity to pick up another major or a minor using that general education and elective space to complete the requirements of that second degree area. So yes, if you are interested in doing a double major, you can finish in 4 years. I have another student who's currently a senior. They are doing 2 majors and 2 minors. So they've found a way to build those overlaps, maybe sometimes take extra courses, but then really create a degree program that's unique to them. So let's talk about pursuing a double major or picking up a minor in a different subject area. First of all, you're going to demonstrate to schools and employers that you have a real depth of knowledge. So when you're studying in 2 areas, whether they're the same or different, you're going to be demonstrating that you've really mastered a field. A good example is biology and chemistry. A lot of our pre-med students will double major in biology and chemistry. And by doing both, they're showing employers and graduate schools that they have a very, very strong depth of knowledge in the sciences. They're well prepared to move on to that next stage in their education. There's also the opportunity to demonstrate breadth of knowledge, right? So far less focused in one subject area, but with the skills, the important information a student needs from maybe broader connections between 2 majors. Computer science and business is a combination we see a lot these days. That's a true breadth of knowledge. You have the technical skills and the theoretical know-how of being a computer science major, but you're also building what we often call soft skills through your business degree. That puts you in a unique place in the workplace, especially in tech, to maybe be on that management track. If all of your peers are computer scientists as well, this is a way to show that you have skills outside of that at that field and can apply those to maybe contribute more to your employer, your company, your research, whatever it may be. And then, of course, being able to demonstrate unique skills. We have some minors on our campus that are not offered as majors. They're, bespoke programs specific to developing skills that students need in 2022. For example, creative writing. Students in any major can pick this up as a minor, and it will show to employers, graduate schools, written communication skills, creativity, no matter what your major was. We also have a really cool program, Innovation and Entrepreneurship. It's one of our newer minors. This is for students that maybe want to get into enterprises, want to build their own company, app, brand, whatever it will be. And students can tie this minor to any major. An education major may want to work in that nonprofit space and build the next big idea for improving education. Or, of course, computer science, we think about this all the time. Having the skills, the know-how of a computer scientist, but also the innovation and entrepreneurial skills to really bolster maybe your startup. So it's wonderful to be able to present these sorts of unique skills. And I wonder if Anastasia maybe want to mention why you chose a math minor to go along with your computer science major?
That's a really good question. I actually originally chose a math major, but then it got a little bit too switched to math minor and computer science. I have practical skills, which is, and the important foundation, which is mathematics, because it is a foundational knowledge that I feel like is extremely useful. So that was the reasoning.
Perfect. Yeah, that knowledge, that unique skills, you've hit on all of it. That's wonderful. All right, we also have opportunities in the United States for students to pursue what we call dual degree programs. They go by a lot of different names. They might be called accelerated programs or early admission programs at the schools that you're looking at. I tend to refer to them as dual degree programs, and they can come in a lot of different flavors, right? It could be that you're pursuing your bachelor's degree and your master's degree in the same subject area on an accelerated timeline. It could be that upon completion of your bachelor's degree, you have automatic admission into a master's degree as well. There's a lot of benefits to this, of course. You're hopefully not going to be held to the same application process as your peers for going into the graduate program if you have this early admission or this dual degree designation. In many cases, you'll earn 2 degrees faster. So there will be time cut off because there will be some overlap with your first degree, your bachelor's degree. But for most students, this is a great way to ensure that they're going to be graduating with an advanced degree, going into the job market with that master's or that doctoral degree. We recognize that there's a huge demand for these kinds of programs because students recognize that a lot of jobs, a lot of sectors that they're interested in are going to look for a master's degree. They're going to look for that higher level knowledge. And Bureau of Labor Statistics even has published information that they expect that 1 in 5 jobs are going to require a master's degree in the next decade. So ensuring you're going on that path early on, of course, really shows forward thinking, which all of you demonstrate by being a part of these webinars and learning about another education system. I'll move on to the next slide. Because I know I'll be talking quite a bit. I know you've got to go soon, Anastasia. Do you have any last words of wisdom you want to share?
I did, yes, thank you. I am really sorry I need to leave. Sometimes it is what it is. But what I wanted to say is that I'm really happy to see more people interested in studying in the USA, and I hope more people do come and consider and the effort. Advice from me as a person who's been through the same things basically and financing my whole undergraduate degree by myself, I would like to suggest to not be lazy, put in the effort, study hard, do your research, and use the opportunities like that you receive. And if you need help, you will always get help from one place or another. So yeah, just put in the effort.
Thank you so much for joining us, Anastasia. I'm really glad we could get into your very busy schedule, and good luck with your next appointment.
Yeah, thank you so much, and good luck, guys, with applying. I do hope more people will come, and just get great education. Good luck in your journey.
Thank you
so much. All right. Well, I'm really glad Anastasia was able to join us for a little bit today. She has an internship interview in 10 minutes virtually. So we got in there right in time, but she's an incredible student and is really moving on to some big things. So we're excited for her. We hope to have many more students just like Anastasia come join us. And so I'll keep talking now about dual degree programs. So I can give you some examples of what dual degree programs might be like using my intern as an example. We have what's called a 4+1 program. As you probably know, bachelor's degrees in the United States take 4 years to complete in most instances. And also, a lot of master's degrees require 2 years of study. What we've done with our 4+1 program is we have our MBA, our Master's in Business Administration program, available for students in their senior year, their 4th year of study. They can take courses in the MBA program as part of their undergraduate program, earning those credits toward graduation, and then continue for 1 more year in the graduate program to earn their MBA. Students, any bachelor's degree, whether it's business related or not, like I said, many students in computer science combine business with their studies. Any student can pursue this pathway. So you could earn your bachelor's degree in business, finance, maybe computer science, maybe public relations. There's a lot of opportunities at the bachelor level, and then get that real strong professional managerial training through the MBA program. So instead of taking about 6 years, which would be pretty typical, it will only take 5 years. And you'll finish your time at a US university with 2 degrees. So this you'll find these at a lot of universities throughout the US. There's great opportunities to make sure early on you're on track to pursue a graduate degree. And another example of what we offer at Ohio Dominican that's just a bit different from this one is what we call our 3+2 programs. While the 4+1 program is all done at our university, the 3+2 programs are in partnership with 2 universities, Ohio Dominican and their local private university, the University of Dayton. Students would spend 3 years working with us on their bachelor's degree, 2 years at Dayton working on their master's degree, and some of those credits would come back to ODU to complete the bachelor's degree. And so students get exposed to 2 different learning environments, going to 2 different universities. They earn 2 degrees, whether it's a bachelor and a master's in engineering, or a bachelor and a law degree, because law in the United States is only studied at the graduate level after your bachelor's. These sorts of programs, again, cut off a lot of time. For example, it would probably take 7 years to earn your bachelor's degree and your law degree in the United States. This program does it in 5 years. So when you're looking at different schools, and if you think you have a good sense of your future career and what sort of graduate study it might require, look for these sorts of opportunities where you can maybe experience 2 schools, gain direct admission to the graduate program from the start. There's so many benefits to this. And also, it's important to know that you're not necessarily held to this pathway. Maybe you start on this path and you decide, I'm just going to finish my 4-year bachelor's degree and then apply for a different postgraduate option. That's totally okay. But being in a program like this gives you the option to pursue direct admission into a graduate program. So yeah, just a quick summary of these options. You know, you're going to spend 3 years at ODU, then you'd spend year 4 and 5 at Dayton. If you're pursuing the engineering track, you would be studying computer science, chemistry, biology, and then moving on to a master's in computer engineering, chemical engineering, bioengineering in just 5 years. Similarly, the law program is the same. You have options for your bachelor's degree, political science, English, philosophy, or math, and then you move on to the graduate years doing your JD, your law degree. Yeah. So I've gone over majors, the opportunity to pursue minors, and dual degrees. So I want to share a little bit more about our university and then hopefully open it up for questions. I'm sure you have plenty of questions. We've got a couple in the chat that we can address toward the end. But if you have your questions, start adding those to the comments so that we can work through them at the end of our presentation. And yeah, I just want to share a little bit about our university, Ohio Dominican University. We are a very small school. private university. I know if you speak to Anastasia, you can hear all about her experience and about being at a small school where you have a lot of support. So, academic support, professional development, opportunities to get involved on campus. There's a lot of benefits to being at a small school. Not to mention the fact that everybody knows everybody. You're close to your faculty. You're taking classes in a small room environment, not large lecture halls. And you're building really strong connections with your peers because it's the same people you see every day. It's a welcoming environment and pretty a unique situation among US universities to spend your time at a small school. It also provides the guidance you need to successfully pursue something like a double major or a dual degree. If you're extremely driven, you could possibly be doing multiple majors and multiple minors, as I mentioned one of my students is doing now. And that's because we really do care about connecting our students with their passion and their purpose. So of course we go to university to get a good job or to move on to graduate school. And so there is purpose in that. We have a goal in mind at the end, but we really focus on making sure our students learn what their passions are, what they really care about, because you're always going to be more successful when you're doing something you enjoy, that you care about, that you feel like really fits your skills and your passions. So making sure to tie those things together is important. For example, I have a student who's a business major, but he's doing a music minor. It has nothing to do with his career. He just really loves playing an instrument. He loves music. And so he is able to take music classes throughout his 4-year degree and keep up with something he really cares about. And who knows, maybe he will find a great way to tie that to his career later on. There we go. So here at ODU, despite being a small school, we have students from 30 different countries. I think we've actually broken 30 this year, including Ukraine. So we're excited to be chatting with you all today and hopefully have more students from Ukraine join us here on campus. Our students come from all over the world, and that's another wonderful thing you'll find about US universities. They attract students from everywhere. And so no matter where you are, whether you're in a small college town or in the city, you're most likely going to have a really diverse community. And that's just as important as what you learn in the classroom. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to build connections everywhere, which is really, really wonderful. Like I said, we have students from so many countries, spanning Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa, Europe, Latin America, and it impacts the experience of everybody, the international students, the domestic students, because you're going to have small classroom environments where you are engaging with the cultures and opinions and lifestyles of people that are very different from you. It helps you grow. A little bit about our location. We are in a city known as Columbus, Ohio. If you haven't heard of it, not too surprised, but we are the 14th largest city in the US, and we're growing rapidly. Intel is building the largest chip manufacturing facility in the United States, just 10 miles away, and that's bringing in a lot of new industry, a lot of people moving for jobs. But most importantly for us, it's creating great opportunities for our students to get internships, work experience, and really connect with the local economy and community. It's a young city. I'd say, much younger than you'd see in a lot of other US cities because it's consistently ranked as one of the best places for recent college graduates to build a career. So it's a lot of fun. There's a lot to do. But we here on campus really work to make sure that our students get connected with the community, whether it's to, connect with affinity groups, cultural groups that they connect with, or, of course, building connections in the community so that our students are getting great internships, great work experience, and things like that. Anastasia has been doing an internship with the headquarters of an American fast food company, but she does computer science, so she's doing a lot of the data work, which is really, really neat for her. applying to university, EducationUSA is going to be one of your best resources as you explore universities and start the application process. And just as an example, here at ODU, we start accepting applications about a year before the start term. So we're right now working on fall 2023, next August. Our online application is free. We don't require the SAT, particularly from international students, because we want to see how you perform in the educational system that you grew up in, not the SAT, which is very much focused on American style learning. We do accept multiple English exams, including Duolingo, and every undergraduate student that applies is considered for scholarships. And I'll tell you a little bit about those opportunities. Here we go. We merit scholarships. Any undergraduate student that is admitted will be considered for and should be receiving a merit scholarship, the different levels depending on your performance in secondary school. We also have a Global Connections grant for free housing for 1 year. So your first year living on campus, your dormitory will be free. Just a nice way to start your experience in the United States, really ease into it without too many concerns. Our Work Study Award allows you to work on campus, a part-time job earning up to $2,000 per year. And all of this is packaged when you receive your initial admission letter, so you'll know right away what the financial cost is going to be. And then if you want to learn more about our university, just let us know. I'll share my contact information, and we can always set up virtual campus tours, meetings with a counselor, and some of our faculty will also do office hours to chat with prospective students over Zoom if you want to learn a bit more about their program and if it's a good fit for you. So hopefully you'll take advantage of that. My contact information, our social media information is here, and I will share my email address, and that should come up pretty soon. There we go. But of course, you can find me on the school website as well, ohiodominican.edu/international. So I hope that I'll hear from some of you. Please feel free to send your questions. I can connect you with Anastasia if you have questions about the student experience. And as you're considering the possibility of double majors and minors in dual degree programs, just let me know. And we can always talk more about the benefits and how to really pursue those. And I know EducationUSA can do a really great job at helping you find a university that has the opportunities that are going to help you build a degree program and a CV that sets you apart and prepares you really, really well. Again, my email address is right there at the bottom of the screen. And thank you so much. This has been great. I'd love to answer any questions anyone has.
Thank you, Natalie. It was a great presentation and very useful information, especially for programs 4+1 and 3+2. It's actually amazing because it saves money and time, I think. Yeah, so it's a great choice for students who are thinking about applying to US universities. I just would like to ask you, do you participate in EducationUSA fairs, maybe?
Yes, we do. We do. Actually, the next 2 days, Friday, Saturday, I'll be doing the Sub-Saharan Africa Fair. But we really love participating in EducationUSA fairs.
Yeah, that's great because we have EducationUSA Fair in November. So whether you're going to join to this fair?
I will double check. I'll see if we've registered, and if we haven't, I'll be sure to do so. Because like I said, we always meet with the most well-informed students, really intentional at these sorts of fairs. And if students listening, if you haven't done an EducationUSA fair, they do great virtual fairs, in-person fairs, and you're going to meet with a lot of wonderful universities when you participate.
Yeah, so we have actually a question in our chat from Svetlana, but she was asking about some programs for children who are studying at secondary school and who are about 16 and 17 years old. and like some opportunities to enter a college or university in the United States. I think we just like talked about all these opportunities. Yeah. So, but we have also a comment from Dmitro Plotnik, and there is a great program for secondary school students, which is called Flex. So I would like to advise everyone who is interested in this program just to check Facebook page Flex Ukraine, because tomorrow they're going to have an online event at 5 p.m. and you will have a chance to talk to the representatives and get information about how to get to US with the help of this program. Okay, so and dear Natalie, I also would like to ask you, do you have any financial support for international students?
We do. So we offer great merit scholarships. We don't have need-based awards at our university, but every undergraduate applicant is automatically considered for our merit-based scholarships. And if you're admitted to an undergraduate program, you will have some form of scholarship, in addition to our grant for a year of free housing, our work-study awards, and then some staff awards for some programs. Anastasia mentioned that she's part of the honors program. It's really wonderful. Students get additional academic and research opportunities through that program. They do a major project, which they at the end of the year, but they also receive a scholarship. If you are a student who is looking for academic rigor, maybe some more challenges and some good opportunities, a small cohort environment, we're going to have a lot of guidance and support. I highly recommend checking out the honors program at any school, but definitely with us at ODU. Student additional scholarship, but every year 3 to 4 students full tuition scholarship through the honors program. I'd be happy to share more information about the program if you reach out. It's really, really wonderful, but it does require you to apply a bit early. So you'd want to be doing your admission right now so that you'd be prepared for the next stage in the honors program application process. The past 2 years, we've had one international student among the small group that receive full tuition scholarships. So you got to keep that going. If you're a high performing student, please reach out and we can talk more about the honors program.
Thank you so much. So one more question I would like to ask, because our students always wonder about major and minor. So you had nice examples of how to choose these major and minors, but how different they could be. So for example, you mentioned that it would be biology and chemistry, political science and economy, finance and public relations. So they are more or less like close to each other, essentially. So how different could be?
Yeah, many students are able to put together a very different combination. I talked a little bit about the breadth of education and training you can demonstrate by choosing 2 majors or a minor and a major. And one of the really nice things about that is we have students who do combine programs that you wouldn't necessarily think go together. And they're able to do that because of the flexibility of a US degree. It's one of the things that really sets the US apart from a lot of places. You're always going to have additional requirements, elective credits outside your program of study, which you can then fill in with that other area of study. Some examples of maybe more disparate programs, computer science and business, I know I mentioned, is really common. We see students doing that a lot more these days. But they are very different, right? Computer science is about building these technical skills, this theoretical knowledge of technology. Business is going to be focused so much more on those soft skills. There is some overlap, but for the most part, they're quite different. And we see students picking really unique combinations, and you can still finish your degree on time the earlier you decide to pursue a second major.
Thank you so much. So I have like the last question, or maybe just you could comment, because this is also the question which our students always ask EducationUSA. So they, for example, a student studies at Ukrainian university, and he or she would like to apply to US university. So how you're going to work with these students? Whether they are going to be like transfer students or they can start the education from the beginning, like from the first year.
Yeah, so every situation is going to be a little bit different based on the subject area, but we do consider international students for transfer admission, and we do evaluate their existing university credits that they've already earned for transfer credit. It's important to keep in mind that, as we've discussed, the US system is pretty unique in terms of the requirements outside of the major that are that you must complete. And so sometimes a student is pretty far along in their degree overseas, and then want to transfer in and take just that additional year or two. Sometimes it's going to take a little bit longer. But yes, if a student has some university already completed and want to be considered as a transfer student, we do that at our university. We also do our evaluations in-house, meaning you don't have to pay for an outside evaluation company to evaluate your program, your grade point average, all of those things. We do that ourselves.
Yeah, so that's also a very important point, because sometimes we have to look for these special organizations who can evaluate those programs. Okay, so we are actually done for today. Thank you for this amazing presentation and information about your university and these wonderful programs. I'm sure that we will have the opportunity to organize another event with you and Anastasia. And thank you once again for having her with us today. For those who would like to continue communication with Natalie, you can also contact us using our Facebook page or Instagram page, and we will share all information about our presentation and about wonderful guests. Thank you so much, and see you next Thursday.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.